huge win for Rafa Benitez. A lot of pressure on Everton going into this game, but coming from behind to take a 2-1 victory. Just a reminder how things then stand in the Premier League after that result. Arsenal 7th. Now still a while off West Ham sitting in 4th. Meanwhile, you take a look at the bottom half of the table. Everton have moved up a lot considering where they started the day. They're now up to 12th. Julien Laurens is with us as well. Jules, obviously Everton kind of the story here, but with your Arsenal ways, I feel like we should start there. That was disappointing. It got worse as it went on, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really disappointing. Even once they took the lead, I don't think that was really deserved, because Everton, in the intensity that they put, in how aggressive they were, I thought they were the better team, and you kind of expected it because they were at Goodison, of course, and they needed a reaction after the bad run of results. But still, I expected Arsenal to get into the game quicker. And then once they took the lead, I thought they had to control it better, and they did that pretty well through the second half. But then eventually you let the pressure come in. If you look at the first goal, they should not lose the ball on the throw-in the way they did in their own half. And after that, the second goal, as we said, is incredible from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Pretty much the only good thing about Everton this season so far. But Nketiah could have restored the lead from Arsenal. Aubameyang should have saved the point, salvaged the point, which I don't think would have been deserved. But at least those chances were there. And overall, I just don't think it's good enough.
Overall from this game, Stevie, your impression?
Neither side are particularly great.
Okay.
I mean, let's be honest. I said in the highlight there,
yeah.
The goal from Odegaard was their first shot on target. And I'm listening to the manager and I'm listening to Odegaard after the game, and they're using words like dominate. When we dominate, we have to do this and that. And I'm like, what game were they watching? Right. Seriously? I mean, yes, they were better in possession than Everton, but they never got anywhere, really. And it wasn't until the 60th minute that this game really came alive. And that was because of, pretty much in my opinion, Richarlison. What a pest this guy is. Must be a nightmare to play against. He's not the most stylish thing to look at, but I'll tell you what, if there's a fight or you want to battle, you want him on your team. And it's his energy and his determination that I think was the deciding factor. Yes, Demarai Gray hitting the crossbar for his goal and then scoring the winner. But I think without the drive from Richarlison, this team doesn't have too much else. It
was quite something considering what we saw in the Merseyside derby. You're 1-0 down. To have the character to show that there is a little bit of fight there in this Everton.
There is, and listen, it could have come off the rails so easily for Everton. Godfrey could have been sent off quite easily for the step early on. He was then booked in the 51st minute. How he avoided even a yellow card for the initial stamp is beyond me. But those are the thin margins. But to Stevie's point about this being or not being a very good game, or neither of these teams being very good, Arsenal were right, kind of getting themselves in the conversation for top 4. And I said this last week, I think when you see games like this, it highlights exactly how far the top 3 in the Premier League are away from everybody else. And right now it almost feels like somebody's going to qualify for the Champions League by default. Not that they're that good, not that they would finish 4th any other season, but somebody has to. And that's almost a disservice to everybody else. For Arsenal, as I say, things could have been better, but they didn't have the kind of fight that you saw from Everton, who needed it, given the run that they've been on, no wins in 8. And that will continue to be the criticism around Arsenal. When it's needed to roll your sleeves up, win ugly, get into a fist fight if need be, I'm just not sure that Arsenal have the people to do that.
Why can't they match that intensity that we saw? Why do we see these kind of displays from Arsenal, Jules? They can't be tired.
No, I don't think so. But they don't play in Europe. Neither do Everton. But they only have one game per week when there's not a double Premier League game week, for example. But I don't know. I think that midfield, especially, and Thomas Partey, is still a work in progress, to say kindly. He's not a 6, that's for sure. But when he's asked to play like that, I'm not sure he brings enough to the table in terms of being aggressive, as you mentioned, that intensity, even sometimes the way he positions his body to receive the ball from a Ben White or a Gabriel. I'm not sure he's got that in his locker. And then you've got Shaka, who was coming back from an injury, who hadn't played for the last few weeks. But whether that's Lokonga, Shaka, El Neni, as we saw at Old Trafford with Partey, I'm not sure that's working yet. So they need to find that, because in the middle of the... And we always say, I know it's a bit cliche, but that's where you win those kind of games. And I don't think they've found the right formula yet.
What was interesting, Jules, just to kind of tie a bow on this game, and I don't know if you can confirm this, obviously, with your Arsenal inside knowledge, Stevie suggested that Arteta is the sort of person who would shave and 5 minutes later there would be stubble back on his face. Can you confirm this? That was your takeaway from the post.
So that's a good point. It's a really good theory from Stevie, who clearly has a lot of knowledge on the subject, more than me. I will inquire and come back to you.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.